There's this really strange thing that can happen as we get older. A quiet shift in our social world that can feel, well, confusing and even a little painful. And if you felt it, I want you to know you are absolutely not alone. It's this subtle but undeniable change that happens for so many of us after 60, and it can leave you feeling pretty unsettled. The central, painful paradox of later life is that the moment you finally have the time to socialize, your pool of close friends often begins to shrink, seemingly without reason. Just let that sink in for a second. After all those decades of being too busy, you finally have the time, you have the freedom to connect, but the phone just doesn't ring as much. The invitations slow down. And this social shrinkage, it's so easy to take personally. You start wondering, what did I do? Is it me? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not you. It's actually a predictable, well-documented part of life that once you understand it, you can totally manage. So, to get a handle on all this, we've got a clear roadmap. We're going to start by really unpacking that paradox. Then, we'll get into the fascinating science of why this actually happens. From there, we'll talk about how to see this whole thing as a huge opportunity, and I'll give you a proactive plan to do just that. Finally, we'll see how this is all really a sign of wisdom, and we'll wrap up with one big, empowering takeaway. Okay, let's dive into that painful paradox. For years, I bet the mantra was, I just don't have time, right? Time was always the enemy, the thing keeping you from friends, from hobbies, from joining that club. Then you retire and bam, time is all you have. But that bustling social life you were expecting to jump into can feel, well, surprisingly quiet. And here's the hidden truth. The very things that held your social life together, your job, your kids' school functions, they've probably faded away. Without that automatic structure, connections can just drift. So today we're going to figure out exactly why that is and what you can do about it. So what is really changing here? Let's get into the science of it. And let me just say right off the bat, this shrinking circle, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's a totally natural adaptive process that your own mind starts for a very, very good reason. It's not about being antisocial. Believe it or not, it's about becoming more socially intelligent. The main idea behind this is something called Socioemotional Selectivity Theory. I know, it's a mouthful. Let's just call it SST. What this theory says is pretty profound. It says that our perception of how much time we have left directly shapes our social goals. So when you're young and time feels endless, your main driver is to collect information, experiences, and contacts that might be useful for the future. But as we get older and we realize our time is precious and finite, our motivation does a 180. We stop collecting for the future and we start focusing on what feels good and meaningful right now. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Look at the difference. The younger brain's primary goal is information seeking. You're building a huge, expansive network for a future that seems miles away. But the 60-plus brain? The goal shifts to emotional regulation. The new priority is to feel good, to feel safe, to maximize positive emotions and minimize the negative ones. And for that, you don't need a giant network. You just need a small, satisfying, and really solid inner circle. The focus shifts from the future to the present. And while all this is happening on the inside, there's a huge change on the outside. You lose the workplace social glue. I mean, think about it. For decades, your job was a built-in social life. It gave you people to see every single day, shared problems, water cooler chats. It was the glue holding a massive piece of your social world together, and you didn't even have to try. When you retire, that glue dissolves, and all of a sudden, it's up to you to create every single one of those social moments from scratch. That's why being proactive becomes so incredibly important. So this brings us to the real heart of the matter. Once you understand the why, you can completely reframe this entire experience. It's not about loss, it's about wisdom. It's about you consciously pruning your social circle for your own peace of mind, and honestly, for a much higher quality of life. And here it is, the single most powerful lesson in all of this. Quality is the final goal, period. It's time to just completely let go of the idea that quantity matters. The number of friends you have on Facebook, the number of contacts in your phone. It's all irrelevant. The only thing that truly matters now is the quality of those connections, how they make you feel day in and day out. Now, how do we get to that quality? Well, it's a two-part strategy. First up is intentional pruning. This just means you get to consciously decide which relationships are draining you, the ones that are stressful or one-sided, and choose to put your precious energy somewhere else. It's not about being mean, it's about being smart with your well-being. And second, just as important, is proactive structure replacement. You have to actively build new routines and find new places to connect with people to replace that structure that you've lost. And the absolute best way to do that is by finding what sociologists call third places. Okay, so your first place is home. Your second place used to be work. Third places are those wonderful spots in between. We're talking about a weekly art class, a book club, a volunteer group, maybe a local choir. What makes them magic is that they offer regular, low-pressure opportunities to meet people. Friendships can just happen, naturally, without all the awkwardness of trying to plan things one-on-one. All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get down to brass tacks, the how. This is your proactive plan. Just a few simple, totally manageable steps you can take to put all these ideas into action. We're just going to walk through 4 steps. First, we'll conduct a relationship audit. Then, we'll create a third place strategy. After that, we'll put in place a no-conflict, low-stress rule. And finally, we'll talk about reciprocal investment. So, step 1, the relationship audit. This sounds formal, but it's really simple. Just think about the people you see and talk to the most, and for each person, ask yourself honestly, do I feel better after I see them, or do I feel kind of wiped out? Is this relationship a two-way street, or am I doing all the work? Are our interactions generally positive, or are they kind of stressful? Just sorting people into these 2 columns, energizing and draining, gives you an incredibly clear picture of where to invest your time. Step 2 is your third place strategy, and the key here is to make it a concrete goal. Don't just say, I should get out more. That's too vague. Instead, commit to finding and actually going to 2 or 3 structured weekly activities that sound fun to you. Weekly is the magic word here. It's that consistent rhythm that turns strangers into acquaintances and acquaintances into real friends. Next up, step 3 is the no-conflict, low-stress rule. Your emotional energy is not an infinite resource, right? So this rule is all about protecting it. It means making a conscious choice to step away from pointless drama, to not get sucked into arguments that go nowhere, and to set loving boundaries with people who bring negativity. This isn't about hiding from life. It's about saving your best self for the people who truly matter. And finally, step 4. Practice reciprocal investment. The very best friendships are built on mutual support. Of course, this means being there for your friends, but, and this is the hard part for a lot of us, it also means being brave enough to ask for help when you need it. That little bit of vulnerability is how you build real trust. It's that back and forth of asking for and giving support that makes a friendship truly deep and resilient. And you know, as you start to do this, you'll realize something pretty amazing. This whole process, it's not about decline. It's not about getting older in a bad way. It's actually a sign of a really profound kind of wisdom. It's you playing the long game for your own happiness. Just read that again. Prioritizing depth over quantity is not a sign of decline. It is a sign of successful emotional optimization and mastery. And this isn't just some feel-good quote. The research actually shows that people who successfully make this shift, who curate their circle for quality, report being happier, more resilient, and just have a greater sense of well-being. You aren't losing your social life. You are mastering it. You're optimizing your world for joy. So, as we start to land the plane here, let's boil everything down to one final crystal clear takeaway. And I'm going to leave you with a gentle challenge to get you started today. Here it is, the most important thing to remember. This social shrinkage effect, it's natural, it's your brain wisely shifting its priorities. You can't stop it, and you really wouldn't want to. The solution isn't to fight it, it's to work with it. The solution is active, intentional, reciprocal investment in high-quality connections. Okay, so here's your gentle challenge. Just for a second, right now, pause and think, who are the 5 people you interact with the most? Just let those names or faces pop into your head. Now, with those 5 people in mind, do that mini audit we talked about. For each one, what's the emotional return? Are they energizing or are they draining? This simple, private little act of awareness, it's not about judging anyone. It's just about getting clear. And it is the very first and most powerful step you can take toward building a social life that truly brings you lasting emotional peace. So please remember, this shift in your social world is not something to be afraid of. It's actually the result of a healthy, wise psychological move toward what truly matters, emotional quality. The key is to embrace this change, intentionally prune the relationships that drain you, and actively seek out those structured groups, those new third places where real reciprocal bonds can grow. Because by prioritizing depth and emotional safety, you're not just getting older, you're getting wiser. You are building the resilient, supportive social network that is absolutely essential for lasting peace and vitality. And that is the wisdom of the long game.